So the question I'm trying to answer, which is an important question, is who is Antifa? And I got some of our members here that are going to help us answer that question. You know, Antifa, this anti-fascist group. Can you just give me the origins of this group, Boris?
All right, well, Antifa actually started during the time when Hitler was coming to power, when the fascists were coming to power in Germany, and they were termed anti-fascistas, and the Communist Party in Germany actually took up that title. The Social Democrats were known in Germany during that time to take that title, and they ended up getting destroyed by Hitler. Hitler took all the parties out of power, but they considered themselves anti-fascist. And now fast forward into our modern movement of Antifa, it's sort of a response to the Donald Trump administration and a lot of the right-wing leaders that are popping up in the world.
They took on the name, essentially.
And yes, they took on the name.
Right, so there's an originally organization somewhere, anti-Hitler. They took on the name, gives them some moral high ground here. What do you know about them?
I know pretty much the same thing. They're a leftist group. They what it seems to be coming out is that they kind of use violence. Now this video is from Project Veritas, and they're essentially just an undercover, I guess you would say, journalist group. But on the other hand, they're also really right-wing, which compared to left-wing is essentially enemies. In the videos, they're pretty much training people how to violently protect themselves at protests, which is the only thing I have a problem with, because right now the cause is not necessarily anti-fascism, though it's the bigger, possibly a cause, but it's about minorities and helping minorities.
So you guys are going to get involved. I'll tell you what was happening on my opinion. Antifa, this, that. These are all groups that are with people that are really, really angry, and they think they're going to do the world a favor by, you know, gouging someone's eyes out or something like that, right? You know, Trump wants to declare him a terrorist organization. I don't know about all that. You know, you got these college kids in here, starting a fight club. You know, they're bored. They want to change the world, and they're sitting here and they're learning how to do Shaolin or something like that. Here, the nose, the eyes, poke the eyes. Absolutely, he says. Fight instructor. I mean, what kind of... You're not going to change the world by poking someone's eyes out, okay? That's not what Gandhi did or Martin Luther King did or anybody like that. If you want to change the world, you got to gather the will of the masses, which is not through this. But they're on the fringe. They're on this, the bricks, throwing bricks or looting, whatever it is. Here's what I want to do. This is TraxNews for the people, by the people. If you're watching this video and you know something that we don't know about Antifa and you want to get your opinion across, write it in the comments. And better yet, join the organization. Read the description, join the organization. Help us get the right word out on what Antifa is. To me, Antifa and all this other shit out there, you know, you got Antifa, you got Black Lives Matter, you've got on the other side, you know, some Tea Party or some this. Everyone's trying to group up, okay? And trying to figure out the world, you know, and that's fair, right? You want to voice your opinion, but you want to do it the right way. If you're if you're like it says, break one of the floating ribs, I don't think you're doing the right thing. All right, but maybe I'm crazy. Here at TraxNews, you know, this is another organization. This organization is based on information, based on growth, based on sharing. I want to be reasonable. I want to find a common ground. I might not agree with Antifa or this or that, but I'm going to try to find some common ground that we could continue on and build better lives. But I'm a reasonable person. A lot of people are not. So you guys help us out. Let us know what it is. Micky, any last words on this matter?
Not much. I mean, we'll see if they're actually really prevalent and at the protest. But I haven't personally seen Antifa members at protests.
I hear their name too often for them not to be involved. You know, I just try to understand what the hell's going on at this point. What's your last word, man?
Well, one thing that I'd just like to add is Antifa, also the modern Antifa, started as a response also to what was going on in Charlottesville when far-right that far right
The tiki
guy,
tortures.
the tiki torture, and then the far right guy ended up running over the lady and killed the lady. So they're basically, they say that they're self-defense.
Fire with fire.
Well, they say they're self-defense, that they're developing tactics that are self-defense tactics in with respect to police who are abusing their authority, or far-right protesters that are going around intimidating people with guns. So that's their position.
All right, that's a fair position if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously people have strong feelings on that. Here at Trax News, you know, I feel compelled at this point to make a more reasonable organization, right? Where you guys can get involved, just voice your opinion and find the highest road to travel. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go from the guy that's running over and then now I'm, you know, here's your options. Gouge out somebody's eyes or run them over, KKK or this and that. They're getting too much attention. There's got to be something in the middle ground. So I would love your help to making that happen. Whatever I could contribute to give people a voice and find a way to reasonably think about things. You know what I'm saying? So that's us here at Trax News. Read the description, share the video, earn the shares, join the organization, and chill out and you know, find the highest road to travel.